my channel. My name is Jaime and this is Let's Talk About It. So today I am here with watch me cook my dinner. Yeah, I'm here with a cook with me video because I really like doing these, and I figured this is a good meal to show you guys because this meal is HOO-MEE Chow mein mix. And I grew up on this stuff. It's in my local grocery stores because it is made like 20 minutes away from me in the factory. But they do sell it on their website and on Amazon. And I figured I could show you how to make this, and you might like this to make at your house for your family. So yeah. So what you will need first is obviously a box of this. It's HOO-MEE Chow mein mix, and it is the bomb. So there are so many ways to make it. You could do it different every single time you do this. I tend to change it up all the time because, like I said, I grew up on it. So you want to make it different ways, but it's always so good and yummy. So what I put in mine: rice. I like rice, and the rice is what I chose is the basmati. That's my favorite rice right here, and I chose to boil in a bag because it literally boils in 8 minutes, and I have some really good rice. And then tonight I decided to put an onion in there. I always do, and I usually do celery, but I was out, so I'm gonna do carrots. And I need a little bit of like salt in my meal because the one that's in here is good enough, but I like it just a little bit more. So I'm doing the vegetable bouillon by Knorr. I never know how to say that. And then you need soy sauce. And I like to put some sugar snap peas on mine for like fun. So yeah, let's get into this. Okay, so first, I'm gonna chop my onion up, and I'm gonna do mine because I don't want to like chop it up like in like chopped. And nobody laugh at my chopping skills because I'm not a cook. So I just cleaned my onion, and now I wanna cut it with like shoestrings, kind of like this, you know, like that. You know, kind of like how you do for onion rings, except go like a little bit smaller. But you don't have to go too small because you're gonna put this in some boiling water, so you don't want it to be like gushy either. So, you know, a good happy medium. I'm being really dangerous with a knife, and my boyfriend would be like hyperventilating, but nobody's here with me. Alright, so that's how you're gonna do it. Okay, so now that you have your onions cut, put them aside, and now cut your carrots. Okay, so I'm back, and I peeled 4 carrots, and I'm gonna grate them with my grater. What I like to do here is when I use the carrots instead of the celery. The celery I usually just throw in with the onions and let it soften with the gravy. But tonight I'm not doing any meat with my chow mein because you can do beef and you can do chicken. You can do any meat you want, but I'm doing a meatless meal tonight. So I've decided to kind of like make this like the meat part, which is like what a vegetarian would do. So I'm going to grate it down, and I'm going to grill it on top of my cast iron grill skillet with some soy sauce and kind of give it some texture, and then throw it on top of my chow mein in like as if it was chicken. You understand? So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And you can also add liquid smoke to this, which I don't have tonight, so I'm not doing it, but you can add that. It's not needed though. So all you do is, I like the biggest one, so it comes out like the biggest, so it's not mush. And I'm just gonna, you know, like mix it, and then it falls in the bowl. So I'm going to do that to 4 of them, and I will be right back. Okay, so we're all shredded up, and I'm going to just put this aside for a couple seconds while we get into the chow mein. Alright. So when you get inside, you have your gravy mix packet. And then you have your noodles, which are so good on salad as like by themselves. Oh, love them. You can actually go online and buy a huge bag of the noodles, just the noodles. That's how good these things are. I love these. So, put this aside because that's later. It says, simply dissolve the contents of the envelope in a half a cup of warm water. Stir a mixture into 3 cups of boiling soup stock or water to make your gravy. So we're gonna go do that right now. Sorry if the lighting is bad in here. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't have good lighting. So we're going to put the gravy in a warm half cup of water and like dissolve it, right? With my little mini whisk that has like a piggy. Isn't that cute, guys? Look. So cute. It's a mini whisk. And put it aside while we make the rest of the gravy toppings. Okay, so here we are over my stove, and we are going to make a stock here. So we're gonna put it on high, and we're gonna add our water. Boop. I'm gonna put one of these vegetable bouillons in there. Our onions. And just let it come to a boil. Now we're gonna make the grilled carrots. So in your skillet, put a little bit of olive oil, not too much, and bring it to a medium heat. Now that your oil is heated, you can add your carrots. Here, the sizzle. So you're gonna let that render down, like the water come out of the carrots a little bit, and let it get a little brown. You don't wanna turn it too much because you don't want it to turn to like mush, because it is carrots, not chicken or meat or anything. So yeah, just like let it sizzle for a little bit. Every now and then you turning it over, maybe with a rubber spatula like this, or a wooden spoon, kind of carefully, like that. There you go, kind of like that. And if you feel like you need to add like more oil for you, go ahead, but I wouldn't add too much because you don't want it to be gushy and mushy. So we'll let that render down. So now we're going to add our soy sauce, and I'm just going to sprinkle a little on there. And then I'm going to use my rubber spatula and like kind of fold. You know when they say fold, that means don't like whip it and ruin the integrity of your carrot, whatever. So yeah, I love that. So now it's almost like deglazing it, and it's gonna let it get a little bit more brown, and it's gonna taste like soy. And I give it like another 5 minutes. Okay, so now our stock is boiling, and now we're gonna add our gravy. Sorry guys, I gotta put my vent on. And now we're gonna add our gravy to our stock, mix it up a little bit. And basically you can shut off your heat and let it sit, and it will thicken up on its own. And now you just remove it from the flame and stop the cooking process and put in your peas. I ran my peas under some water, and then I threw them in here. They're frozen, but you can do anything you want. So they'll cook in that nice hot gravy, and you let that sit aside. Add more bouillon, salt, and pepper to taste, or you could do this and put a little bit more soy sauce in here. and just kind of like give it a little bit more flavor if you need more flavor for you. And we're gonna go check on our carrots now and start our rice. Okay, so our carrots are looking pretty good. I want mine a little bit more brown, you know, so I'm just going to like leave it on a little bit more and let it brown up. Then now we're gonna do our rice. So this rice, wow, in the water you can see my ring light. Isn't that crazy? This rice right here is my favorite. It's by Success, and it's 10-minute rice, boil in a bag, basmati. I like it because if you don't want a lot of rice, you don't get a lot of rice. You know, it's not like a big, you know, thing that you have to measure out. And it takes literally 8 minutes. All you do is put this in here like this. Put it on high to boil. Once it boils, set your timer for 8 minutes. Once the time is done, you drain it. And it's cooked perfectly. So that's how you cook this rice. And now let's go check on our carrots. Oh yeah, they're looking really good for me. I'm loving these carrots. They look so good. So what I'm gonna do with mine is I'm gonna put them on the side and put them like on top, because I don't want them soggy and like wet from the gravy. Yeah, that's just how I'm doing it, but you could throw this right in your gravy now. Like just throw it in your gravy and it just shreds the carrots in there. You don't have to put all these carrots in there. I made a lot because I think I'm gonna eat these on the side for myself. I used to be a vegetarian when I was younger, so I do have a lot of the habits still. Oh yeah, this looks good. All right, so this is all set. You can just leave it on here and take it off the heat. But that's all set. Now we're just gonna wait for the rice. So this is the gravy on the side. Mine is filled with lots of fun color. I love these colors together, these two. It looks really good. I did taste it. I wanted a little more salt to it, so I just put a pinch of salt and a pinch of black pepper. And like I said, you can just add more as you go, but this is basically what it's supposed to, the thickness of the gravy. Now, the snap peas, if they're frozen, do not warm them up before you put them in there. Just throw them in there. I run them under cold water first, just for a minute, just to loosen them up when they're frozen in the bag. And that will help them still have like an al dente type of crunch to them instead of being soggy, because when they're soggy it really is kind of not good. Yeah, so let's go put together our chow mein plate. So here we are, and I'm going to make my plate. Here is the noodles, okay? So when you open them up, they could go flying. That's a good amount right there. That's a good amount for one person. You could feed like 4 people with this. If you're really hungry, you could double that, but it's always nice to have like leftovers anyway. Okay, so next would be the rice. So the rice came right out of the bag, easy, and then you kind of like fluff it really, you know, but look at that basmati. It's so nice. And nothing is mushy. So I'm gonna put some on there. I love rice. It's so fun. So here's my rice. Boop. Yummy. Then the gravy. So I took like a ladle full of the vegetables first, and then I do one with the gravy. And those noodles suck the gravy right up. Then on top, you would put your meat or your fake meat. Carrots. So I'm gonna put that on top just like that. And yeah, I use my hands because it's just me. So let's get like a deeper look at this amazing meal. Hi, this is so amazing looking. First of all, look at it. And I just the box show you one more time before I throw it out. I got my favorite drink, my bubbly, and some salt and pepper. I'm gonna put some pepper on top because I just love my pepper. And where's my forky? So I love this. Oh my gosh, guys, I love this. I love it even with no meat, but with meat, it's wicked good too. Seriously, the carrots work as like a meat. So say you're trying to do good and you want to eat vegetarian. I know carrots isn't like the first vegetable that like they tell you to eat, but at least it's better than meat. These carrots, man, I love them. And the rice, you can mix all of this together like your rice and your carrots, but I like it in layers like I showed you, only because it's just like what I like. But the best thing about this meal is you can customize it to your whatever you like. It's just so good. And it's from Fall River, Massachusetts, kind of like right near where I live. Now, I'm going to leave the link to this in the bottom, to the actual company, and to the Amazon link. I'm going to tell you right now, it seems like they're expensive. For one box, it said $9. I paid $2.50 for this at the grocery store. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, I'm really going to like tell them about a cheap meal and make at home for their family, but it's not a cheap meal for you guys online. So I don't know if it's cheaper for you to order a case. I have no idea. It's unfortunate, but it is really good if you want to try it out. And it can feed a whole family if you wanted it to. You just gotta add more and more and more and more and more stuff. Like, I love this combination, and I'm gonna do this combination more. I'd rather do that than chicken. Oh man, this is so good. And the vegetables have a bite. Like, they have a crunch. It's not mushy. Well, this was a fun watch me cook. I will be coming out with another one next week. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, but stay tuned for that. Yeah, let me know down in the comments below what your combination would be with this. I would love to know. So if you like this video, please press like, subscribe, and I'll see you later.